I need you to stop down talking my guys, man, on the music tip. Like we
Like
ain't
who? As far as who? As far as
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, today I want to talk about that live that Coach the Ghost had with BMG Upperclass. It was a little weird. It was a little awkward. You could tell it was a little tension in the air. More so not on Upperclass part. It was like Coach the Ghost part. Like he was smoking like every 2.5 seconds. Every time he had a question, like he was just dancing around the questions. And it seemed like he really didn't want to be on there, but he had one agenda, and which came towards the end where he asked about 22Gs and why BMG always talking bad about his guys and whatever. So I kind of already knew his whole purpose on getting on the platform was. I don't think Upperclass really knew why, because it seemed like he was in good spirits. Like he really wanted to get a little interview off, or whatever the case may be. But Coach was being a little distant and a little not really answering questions. And then towards the end, he really showed why he was like pretty much on a live. He just wanted to get his little, his little point across with what he really had to say. Now, Upperclass, he asked like, what was the relationship with Gucci Mane? Like, how was it going? Being that there's been rumors that he pretty much been dropped. Now, these are questions that a lot of people wanted to know, and I guess no big outlet is asking Coach the Ghost about anything concerning Gucci Mane. I don't even know if Coach the Ghost could get on any big platform when it comes to like interviews. Maybe these hood interviews. But anyway, Upperclass went and asked him about Gucci Mane, if he got dropped or whatever the case may be. And Coach kind of shrugged it off, playing around, saying, you know what's up. So I'm assuming that even though he may not be a part of 1017 no more, he's still like signed to Atlantic. You see what I'm saying? So I get that part of it. If you don't know the business, a lot of people don't know. They just thought that he was signed to Gucci, but maybe he was signed to Gucci through Atlantic. All right, and that's how it goes. So maybe he still got the deal, but let's see how long that's going to last. Because when you on these labels, man, you got to perform. If you don't perform and they not seeing any type of recouping the money that they gave you in advance, whatever the case may be, they shelf you. They not really messing with you. So let's see how that play out, because boy haven't been putting out that much music as well. I mean, like, when the last time you really heard like a fire Coach the Ghost record? I'm not being funny or none of that, but BMG also brought that subject up too, but we're gonna get to that. Now he also asked Coach about the chain situation. I guess judging off that live where MV Kane said that Coach wouldn't give the chain back and Gucci wanted it back, but Coach is keeping the chain, whatever the case may be. Now I'm 50-50 on that, because one, Gucci being the person that he is, I doubt he'll ask for the chain back, because that's Gucci Mane. And it's like it's like a perception, like, you know what, I can't ask for that chain back because I'm gonna look broke. I know how it goes. Like, you look like a crumb when you get into a relationship with a shorty and then y'all break up and you start asking for things back, you kind of look broke. But now I'm on the fence, because now too, on the flip side of that, 1017 is pretty much his gang. Like, that's his group. That's his thing. And he paid money for that chain. Know what I mean? So it's like, do we take it back? Because you're no longer a part of 1017. Why do you still have that chain? So like I said, it's like a 50-50 thing. I don't know whether he asked for the chain or, whatever the case may be. Who knows? They saying your boy pawned that chain along with that Cartier watch. Now, we don't see neither one of them. So, who knows? Now, BMG also made a good point, because he said he's not putting out too much music. He had about 4 or 5 videos out since Hitless. And Coach basically tried to come up with an answer, like some excuse, like, well, I'm doing me, I'm like a ghost, blah, blah, whatever the case may be. I think it's deeper, because I also think that being that he's signed to that label, you also know that you really put on like a ball and chain when you sign to a label. They get to tell you when you get to put out music, how to put out music, who to be like you really like signed to like some slave deal, but not all deals. Alright, but I know a lot of these labels, they get to tell you when to put out music, how to put it out, when to put it out, all that crap. So I don't know if maybe they got control over his music and they only telling him to put out a certain amount of music at a time, or he just really don't feel like putting out no music, or maybe some street stuff is going on behind the scenes that we don't really know about, and he don't really got time for the music. You know, sometimes it happens like that, man. You get writer's block, or you got things happening personally that you really don't got time to be sitting there making music, or maybe you just discouraged and you don't got it in you to make any type of music right now, because, you know, we as artists, you go through that. Or maybe Gucci Mane just pushed that blackball button, and who knows, man. You just never know. But I always said this, like, that whole situation with Coach going over there, period, was always weird, because I just couldn't see how Gucci Mane, a Southern artist, how was he going to market a East Coast New York drill rapper from Brooklyn? Like, I just don't get it. And like, that pretty much was like the interview, man. Coach, he wasn't really saying too much in the interview. I don't know if he was just being funny. I don't know if he was being like, you know, I kind of find it actually crazy, because I know Tutu and Upperclass don't really get along like that. So when we seen Coach get on that live, it was like, all right, what are they gonna say? You know, he kept it cordial at first, but towards the ending, you could tell it was a little bit of tension, because, like I said, maybe not on Upper side, but definitely on Coach side, because he just busted out with, yo, I'm gonna just say this, do me a favor, please stop talking down about any of the guys that I'm affiliated with. You know, and you know who he was referring to, you know, whether it was the Chos, whether 22Gs, whatever the case may be. And as Upper was trying to actually explain himself and what's going on, Coach rushed to get off the live. He just said what he said, and then, you know, you hear a little bit of laughing in the background, and then got off the live. And matter of fact, first and foremost, I want to commend Upperclass. First off, because he could have handled it like a bozo and started talking crazy for the views, you know, because I'm sure he peeped what was going on too, but he handled it professionally, and he just shrugged it off, and, you know, it went on. And when the live went off, you know, he just basically said like, yo, you know, y'all seen it first, y'all heard it, he said this, blah blah blah. I mean, and I know he peeped it. Like the rest of us. And I think if it was like a year ago, he would have reacted a little different. So I commend him on how he handled it, man. Coach, let's see how long he got. Man. Hopefully he could brush this whole situation with the Atlantic thing off and Gucci Mane and just reinvent himself. I think that's what he should do. He should actually reinvent himself into something, you know, into something else, and come back harder and stronger. Just because he had that one hiccup doesn't mean it's the end of the road. You know, a lot of people get dropped from labels. A lot of people stop messing with people that they was messing with in the industry, and ended up actually going to the next level when they left certain people alone. Maybe he just needed Gucci Mane to get in the door. Alright, and not to mention, I think Gucci Mane, he's on another, you know, signing spree, because he just posted on, what was that, on Instagram, comment the best rapper in your city, I'm gonna sign him to $1 million deal. So I don't know, that's another thing I'm 50-50 with, because if he's genuine about doing it and actually pushing this these artists, then that's a good look, because a lot of people aren't doing that. They're not signing artists. But if you just doing it as like writing these guys off, you know, just, I don't know, man, just to have a negative intent on all this that's going on, at the end of the day, then these guys don't need to sign to you. Help them out with like a distribution deal or something, you know, publishing deal, something like that. But all this signing people and just holding them, and because out of that whole situation with 1017, you gotta remember, the only person that really, you know, got out there was Pooh Shiesty. He the only one that really benefited. Now there's people that's around that they doing a little bit of numbers too, but the only person that you really see that's being supported, you know, and that's really out there is Pooh Shiesty. So I don't know. Coach, he also said he had a song with 22Gs, you know, which is kind of weird, because I don't know if Nas Blicky had a little bit of, you know, words for Coach the Ghost as well. So that's a little interesting, man. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Oh yeah, and Upper, he didn't really ask any MV Kane questions. I wish he would have, because I think Coach was being a little too political. Like he was too cool for his bridges, man. He was being a little too I'm this, I'm that. Like a lot of these young rappers, man, that's coming up, that's the problem. Like they're not striving for greatness. A lot of these up and coming artists, they just happy with these TuneCore checks, these distro kid checks. They getting a little bit of money, and they just feeling like they the man. But just know, man, them TuneCore checks, you gotta build like a solid foundation. Them TuneCore checks don't come in forever, because at the end of the day, there's gonna come a time if you're not producing, people are not gonna be listening to your music. So I don't know, but like I said, man, I felt he should have asked a little bit of more MV Kane questions, because that's what a lot of people wanted to know in the first place. I know it would have made him seem like every other artist, but I mean every other interviewer, but at the end of the day, man, the guy, we want to know what's going on. But it was a great, nice little interview nonetheless, man. Shout out to Upperclass and all he doing. I wish him nothing but the best. I'll leave a link to the actual video in the description so y'all can check it out yourself. Shout out to Coach the Ghost as well. I wish him more success. Hope he gets through the situation with Gucci, and I know he is, man. I got faith for anybody. Keep doing your thing, keep prospering, and get to that next level. We're gonna leave that there, man. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. I'm out.